what's up everybody? Yo, Davis Jones, Comma Entrepreneur here, hollering at you. Boom! Boom! Oh yeah, connection is here. Hope you're feeling it, I'm getting it. You're watching, I'm giving. Oh yeah, with the camera, computer, how much fun. Anyway, welcome today to KLove. Today is Friday, and today we're gonna go through a little story here about independent bands, young independent bands, and how my humble opinion is about marketing your CD. So I had a little bit of a section there about goal setting, but not enough time in the episode, so we're going to have to go to the next scene. Alright, we're really going to go to the next scene now. Yo, dudes! Yo, back. Okay, back. Wait, hold on, I'm going to fix this little thing here. Okay, Juan, anybody else watching? Okay, got my notes. I'm ready for action. Okay, forgive the informal attire from the previous scene. I was running yesterday, gotta keep up the bod. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. First thing, reviews. Okay, reviews, in my opinion, have three sections. First section is the blogs. Alright, Juan, so focus on, you got blogs, you got newspapers and magazines. This is my opinion with blogs. Okay, blogs that have staffs are different than blogs that don't have staffs. What I mean by that is, like, there's some blogs that are professional online journal media outlets, all right? Those people have staff. So if you submit something to them, like to the, whatever, the general info line, then they should review your stuff. They should have somebody there that does that. Whereas an individual who just runs a sort of informal blog might not have the time, or might pass you up. You have less of a chance of success with them. So what I would do is pick a few blogs that you like that are in line with your style of music and ask them if they're interested in reviewing your record. The bio is cool. I know you asked me about the bio. The bio is cool, but I'd make it easy. Make the subject very direct. Exciting band from Chile, wanting, check out our music. Picture, photo, a good, not super high res, but a good resolution photo, link to download the album free, like Mediafire or whatever, and a little bit about the band. And then if they like it, they'll be back at you. Which brings me to my second point about blogs and about all this stuff in general. Alright, dude, my opinion, do not try to play American, Juan. Don't pretend like, I know there's some other bands in Chile that I met that were kind of trying to pretend like they were like American bands. You're not an American band, and you're going to be cooler if you rock your thing. So be like, yo, we're from Chile, we got this sound, we got this Latin American, whatever you want to rock it, just make sure that you rock your thing, and don't try to pretend like, you're American, whatever, you know what I mean? And that'll be cool, they'll like that. Newspapers, do your research, okay? So this is the second point. Number 2, newspapers, do your research. Find the writers, man, okay? So look in the newspaper, look see who writes the music, their music section, get his name, and try and read his column for like 2 or 3 days. You'll get his style, you'll get what he's into or she, and then go for the writer. Call the newspaper, go and say, I want to submit a story idea to this writer, I like his style, I think he or she would like my music, how can I submit it to them, or to their aide? Because if the newspaper is big enough, then they might have a secretary. And you might want to say, let me submit it to them, and you follow up with them, okay? But do your research, because the writer's a person too, and make sure you've already read his stuff. I mean, if you don't apply to a jazz critic for an album that's a hip-hop album, which is kind of like what your album is a little bit to me. Magazines. Okay. Magazines, 2 things, Juan. One is consider lead times. Most magazines require that you submit your material 4 months before any issue would come out. So if you say like, okay, we're releasing our record in December, you're going to have your album into their hands by August. Because most times magazines require a 4-month lead time. Which means basically that they're going to, they want to read, they want to listen to the album, they want to give it to the right kind of author, writer, and then they want to make sure that it fits into a good section in their magazine. So that brings me to my second point about magazines, okay? Check it out and find the section, Okay, what I mean by that is if you have a good music magazine, read the magazine and they might have something like a hot tracks section or a emerging artist section or a world music section, whatever, and ask them, Juan, I'm thinking that this would be a good piece for this section. Make it easy on the editor, you know. Say, you know, we're from Chile. We think this would be cool for your alternative, you know, or your international artist section. Whatever it is, be familiar with the magazine that you're applying to. This is a lot of research, but it's going to get you farther in the long run. All right, so go to the next section here. Welcome. All right, Juan, back to number 2. Shows, very simple. My opinion is, don't book something too big. I mean, you guys are down in Santiago, and I know the Chilean touring circuit down there is very small. So this is a very small part of a Chilean release, probably, in my opinion. I would just say, don't book a place that's too big, because it's better to book a place that's small and sell it out and have a line outside the door where people are like, whoa, oh my God, your band is so huge, and whatever. That is way cooler than having it in a big place that's like half empty. You know what I mean? Okay, third thing, and this is interviews, and this goes back to the part that I was saying about magazines and about knowing their sections. All right. Now, Juan, if you guys are looking for, if you're looking for some publicity, one way that it might work out is interviews. Now, what I mean by that is, and what this practically means is that for your band. Sorry, I'm a little bit. I'm looking up something here, just to that's important. Okay. Your band's name is Picnic Kaboom. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but the idea is that if you know their sections, then you're going to be able to match your brand up with their sections. And this is what happens a lot in music publicity. For instance, let's say that there's a good food magazine in Santiago, or wherever you're working with, a cuisine magazine. You've got a band called Picnic Kaboom, or I don't know if I'm saying the second word right. But the idea, and by the way, anybody else watching, boom, here's a link to, or whatever, boom, there's a link to their website, Picnic Kaboom. Anyway, you guys can match up, you guys can pitch a story to them, Juan. What I mean by that is, say we're called this band Picnic Kaboom, and why don't you guys go on a picnic with us, So it's like for their cuisine magazine, get one of their writers to go have a picnic with you in the park and have a, whatever. Let's say the magazine is called like Comida, then it'd be like Comida goes on a picnic with Picnic Kaboom. So match your band's brand up with their sections, especially in magazines. And this is good for interviews because any individual in the band who has anything that particularly sticks out, they can use that in order to get publicity with a magazine. Okay? And so what I mean practically by that is like I was saying, go on a picnic with them. If the title track is called, I don't know what your title track is called, but if you've got a track called, your single, say, is called chocolate, like Latin chocolate, then match that up with a chocolate issue for a magazine. What you're going to need to do is get in touch with them, ask them what they're working on, and try to make it make sense for them to cover your band. So mix your band's brand with their magazine in the sections that they're working on. Because each month, most magazines do their magazine based on a theme, right? Like the south of Chile, chocolates, wine, the wine issue, whatever. Make sure that you can find a way to match your band's brand up with that section in that magazine. All right, now, before I leave today, I hope this has been helpful, Juan. Next week, I'm going to cover part 2, which is post-release publicity. Very different, okay? Anyway, good luck with the release. Anybody else who's watching, check out Juan's band here, Boom. Picnic Kaboom, I would imagine is how you say it. And I've listened to the first few tracks. I like some of it. Anyway, and I will see everybody else from the Karma blog on Monday for K-Power. Have a great weekend. See y'all later. Peace.